Hey guys, Toby here from PROEDGE Trading. It's Tuesday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. We are on the ATR trades, EdgeRunner Auto. Got our 2-minute PROEDGE bars going. Got our 4 instruments we like: MNQ, MES, YM, RTY, 830 to 1030. We skipped our first few candles. I'm on the 15-minute ATR or 15 ATR period, going for 50%. I am running a
Order submitted.
80% break even. Been running that lately just because of the whippy action of the market lately. So here's our first trade. You did see it go to break even. We're in the YM. It almost comes back and hits me. But we get this trade. We're going for 200
Order canceled.
per trade. The auto selects the amount of contracts for you. You just put how much you want to make per trade, and it'll select the contracts for you based on the whatever instrument it's on. So we're 1 for 1. Here we go. We actually got 3 all at once. You know, the EdgeRunner.
Order submitted.
Looking for momentum. All 3 markets kind of had a little burst at that time. You'll notice how it selects the contracts for you. They'll be different for each instrument, but it gets close to a $200 profit target as it can.
Order canceled.
Or whatever you put in there. That one got me a break even. And then, of course, goes up to win. We'll watch these other 2. We did some manual trading also. We'll see that here in a minute. There we go. Hit my break even. Hopefully it doesn't come back.
Order canceled.
Those both hit. The Q just ran up there. And so we're 3 for 3. We're really 4 for 4 because the break even won. But technically we're 3 for 3, 657 / really close to our $200 per trade. But I called it there because, you know, like I always tell you guys, if you get 3 or 4 wins in a row, just call it. That's a good day. And to me, that was really 4 wins in a row because the break-even one did make it. But yeah, so a good day to start the week with EdgeRunner. 3 for 3, 4 for 4, however you want to call it. But it's a good day. Now we're going to get into some manual trading. All right, here's a couple of manual trades I took. This is our burst trade.
Order submitted.
This is our burst trade, and I'll show you here in a little bit more detail explanation of what I'm doing here. But you see I got a limit on there, just a tick or 2 above those wicks, and the ES was making
Order submitted.
pretty much the same type of setup, and really they all were, but my preference is the Q or the ES. But they were kind of all making the same setup at the same time. And I'll explain it to you in more detail here after these are over. But
Order target.
And they were just really fast. That was all. That was in real time. That was just really fast. The Q was still had 1 contract hanging out there, trying to get a little bit of that. You know, you got that wick. You never know how high that thing's gonna go. So I'm trying to catch some of that. I would have tried to catch more of the ES. The trade happened so fast. But that was our that's all I took manually. Those 2 trades, 2 for 2, $300. On these manual trades, I'm going for $100 a trade. And but I'll break that burst trade down for you a little bit. All right, so here's the MNQ, but the same principle applies to the ES trade I took. But here's our open. We're 8:30 Central Time, so this is our open. And I always wait for this whipsaw action to play out. You don't always get it, but this happens a lot. Breaks one way or the other, then goes the other way. But so around 8:40, 8:45, I start paying more closer attention. And so we're kind of in here by the time I'm really watching. And what we're looking for is the trade I took. You want to have, we're on the 1 minute, by the way, for this one, but you don't have to be. You can be on pretty much any time frame. This works, but I'm on the 1 minute. We come up, you got a good loop right here. You see all these, this gap right here and several bars. You want a decent loop for this trade. Not this one's a little weak, but this one's like textbook. Get a good loop. And you're looking at the highs as it starts coming back. So in this case, once we have touched back into the edge band, the candle's closed. This one's borderline, but this one's good. It's actually wicked into the edge band just a hair. That's where you pay attention. You're like, all right, where was my high in this move? So come up, come in, we've touched. That's where you look. So the high was 61. It's called 61. And you want to start, you're going to put a limit order right above these highs, but not until you've had maybe this one barely touched. This one definitely is in. So once you see this happen, let's just say it was this one. I put a limit order right there, just a tick or two above it. But you want to check is, on the 1 minute, you're going for, 5, 10 points. I was going for 10 because the HER was pretty high right here. But just say you're going for 10. Just make sure that where you're limiting in is at least 10 points from this high wick. That's 61. This is 44. I'll show you an example of one that you wouldn't take. But in this case, before you put a limit order, even this one was good, 48, 61. So even this one was good if you did count this as a touch. But it didn't get you in. So then once that closes, you move it to here. Once this one closes, move it to here. And that's pretty much where I got in. Might have got slipped a hair. Looks like I got in right there, but this candle moves so fast. But at the time I had my order right here on this one, I just moving it down, 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 down. Got us in here and burst up. What we call it a burst trade. Burst up, and you saw what happened. It hit our profit targets. I tried to ride it, but anyway. Now just to give you an idea, see if we can find another one. See, none of this is very good. Even this one is just, it's not that great. If you did count this one, you'd have an order here because see you're up, come into the edge band, you put an order here. By the time you get this candle, it's closed below, so that nullifies that whole trade idea. If you're going this way, this isn't enough to start putting an order on. Going this way, that one's kind of lame. We don't really have any good, you want something like this right here. So let's say you're looking at this one, and this looks good at first. And here's your wick into the edge band. You want to look at this distance right here. It's 35 to 41. Yeah, it's only 6 points right there. If you're going for 10, you can't start put an order here. Or here, this is still not it. This one, you can put an order. You can put your limit order right here because 47 to 34, so that's over 10 points. So you come down, you see this happen, you measure this, you're like, that's not 10 points. The next candle, still not 10 points. This one finally is. So you put your order here, you're gonna get in on this candle, and went 48 and went 12 points. The idea is to get back down to here at least. Your trading idea is to at least get back down to here where it made the lowest low or the highest high. Oftentimes they want to retest that. It comes down to it wants to retest it. So to give yourself room, don't get in if you don't have your 10 points or whatever your target happens to be. On today with the HER, I was at 10 points. And then, here's another one. This one's not real great. You want more of something like this, but let's look at this one. It comes down. Here's our low at 95. This is not 10. This is not 10. This is close. So here, and you might have got in on this one. Now this wick might have got you because you want your stop above the edge band or at least above the candle. This one might have got you. That's another thing I like about this trade. The RR isn't horrible, but it's also the same as a lot of trend type trades. First one, second one. First one's great, the best. Second one's good, but you start getting down here too far, and it starts getting weak on you. So try to stick to the first or second opportunity per trend change. These are short-term trend changes, but they're still trend changes. So try to stick to the first or second one. But yeah, that's the burst trade. Just want to run that by you. And don't forget, Apex 90% off sale ends tonight at midnight. So if you want to get some Apex accounts, get in there and get them. Your code is PROEDGE. And we're also still doing our Labor Day sale. So check us out, ProEdgeTrading.com for a good deal. And we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the charts tomorrow.